Back once again, you know what it is. Your boy Tom giving you that live, unfiltered, straight into the microphone type vibe, type beat, 2001 exclusive, free beat exclusive. Again, it's been a big couple of days. I can't stress enough how much the rain here. It's been raining for feels like weeks now. It's probably only been less than a week. But it's been the wettest summer ever. Just that rain changes the mood so much. You know, Brisbane's normally so cloudy and sunny and bright blue skies and all that sort of stuff, and just waking up to grey and rain every day, it really it wears on you. It's heavy. And a couple things that I've been planning, envisioning, viewing for the future have been coming to fruition. A couple months ago, I've been working at a cafe, just serving coffee, that creative barista life. Shout out to all my creative hospitality workers who are just trying to make money by, with the casual day job, getting it happening. I've been working there for a couple of months, and I knew at the beginning of the year that I really wanted to cut down to just 2 days a week, even though that makes me feel stressed about money and wondering how I'm gonna pay for, just living. I knew I needed the time and the space in my calendar to be able to commit to my creative practice as much as I want to. I really want to be spending at least 4 days, really grinding on my music and taking care of myself and having more space in the calendar rather than just, giving everything for 7.5 hours at work to come home and feel drained and maybe able to do a couple of hours, 2 hours or something. But anyways, I told them I wanted to go down to 2 days a week, but this came up and then that came up and this happened and that happened, and it didn't happen until now. And this is the first week where I will only be working 2 days, which is fun and a bit scary, and it kind of leads me to the main theme of today, which is permission. Permission to yourself. I think giving yourself permission in a very literal way, talking to yourself and saying, I give myself permission to do this or do that, is really important. And it kind of points to stuff that happens in our own psyche, in our own subconscious, without us really being aware of course, subconscious, but the way we think about our lives and ourselves and what we do, what we give ourselves permission to do. There's the things that you can do and the things that you can't do in your own life, and those are going to be different for each individual person. But then I think there are the things that we say, oh, I couldn't do that, even though you theoretically could if you wanted to put the time into learning guitar or learning to ride a motorbike or taking 2 months off work or telling your crush that you have a crush on them, whatever. There are things that we're afraid of the consequences for, that maybe we think we're not special enough to seek out the life that we truly want or to do the things that are really meaningful, really scary. And giving ourselves permission, I give myself permission to only work 2 days a week at my day job so that I have more time to do the things that I love and to give to myself. That helps a lot. I was working with a guy at the job before I have right now, and he's into strength and conditioning and not like bodybuilding, but competitive lifting. He's into that sort of stuff. And amazing dude, shout outs, he knows who he is. And he was telling me that one of his coaches was talking him through this practice of, say, when he's going up to the bar to lift some crazy amount that he's never lifted before, personal best, and he's feeling anxiety, he's feeling stress about how he's going to do that, his ability to be able to hold that weight, what happens if it goes wrong, all this sort of stuff. One of the things his coach said was to give himself permission, to tell yourself, I give myself permission to lift this amount. And in a way, by saying that to yourself, it primes your body in a way of going, oh, okay, well, I'm allowed to do this. I give myself permission to do that. Then shit, yeah, let's do it, let's give it a go. And even if you fail, even if, the lift doesn't go right, maybe you injure yourself or whatever, that's okay. I think the scariest thing most of the time is just to try doing that thing that we really want to do, because we're afraid of trying and failing. We're afraid of that dream being within grasp and us losing it. And our defense mechanism for that is to not try, is to say, oh, well, I can't do that. I'm not special, I'm not talented, I'm not You know, my parents didn't do that. You know, my parents were construction laborers, or, you know, my whole family's always been in accounting. My whole family's always been psychologists or doctors or medical professionals. And you know what I actually want to do? I want to do portraits using Crayola crayons. And I don't think they're going to respect that, and I don't think they're going to think much of my choice in life. So you know what, I'm just going to go to uni and get my medical degree in whatever field. We don't give ourselves permission to chase those things that we kind of know we really want. And I know I'm talking about this because that's me. So many times in my life I haven't given myself permission to write music. I haven't given myself permission to it took me years. I remember starting out on this journey to be okay with describing myself as a musician, to use that term, even though I played multiple instruments since I was 7 years old. I've sung my whole life. I've been in bands, choirs, concert bands. I studied music at university. It was right around studying music at university that I started to describe myself as a musician. Looking back, it's kind of mind-blowing that I wasn't really comfortable describing myself like that. And I see this in other musicians as well, other artists. There's a bit of a hesitation to describe yourself as an artist, to describe yourself as a creative, whatever that means to you, because in your own mind, you don't live up to some made-up criteria that no one ever actually told you about, that you can't point to, that, you know, the standards and conditions of entry for being an artist or a musician or a painter or a poet or whatever. And so you're afraid of describing yourself like that because you feel like you're not that yet. You know, you have to have published work or released music or had art shown in a gallery multiple times or this many times by this many galleries of this much caliber, you know. I think we're also afraid, you know, in saying that, people don't want to come across as fake or phony or whatever, you know. Oh, you know, I don't want to be that guy that says, oh yeah, I'm a painter, but never paints and never shows their work and all this sort of stuff. You know, so there is a balance to it, but giving yourself permission when you earnestly want to do that thing, when you earnestly want to connect to and contribute to that creative conversation, which I think is the one step above just your inner desire to create in whatever field that is. You know, you go from that and thinking, well, geez, I love listening to music, and actually I play a little bit of guitar, and every now and again I write songs, but I never play them for anybody, and I never share them, and I haven't really actually told anybody that I like this and I want to do this. The one step above that is to then reach out to whatever your, you know, nearest community is and share it in a community way. You know, maybe there's an open mic night down at the pub every Thursday, and you go down there and you start to share your songs, or you get a friend who knows how to record and you record yourself and you put it up on SoundCloud and you share your music like that. No one needs to pay for it. You're not releasing an album. This is just a sketch idea, and you just want to share it with people and see what they think. And maybe even in doing that, you don't feel comfortable saying, I'm a musician, I'm a creative, I am, you know, all that stuff, because you look at the people that you admire who are doing the things that you want to do, probably, and you feel like you're not there, you're not ready yet, you're not that. I think a huge thing is you're never going to be that if you want to reach that unless you give yourself permission, and you do it, you know. Give yourself permission to say, I want to make art and I want to change the world in whatever that means, in my small little corner of the world, and follow it up and do it. Maybe you try it and you decide, actually, I don't really like this. Maybe, you know, you give it a go and you say, actually, you know what, I actually really love my job in HR in this construction firm, and I'm gonna stay there, but I'm gonna keep doing my creative practice on the side, on the background, because it's a fun hobby, you know, it's a fun whatever. I think it's such a tragedy to think of all the people who have these sorts of passions, who have these sorts of desires, and never gave themselves permission to do it, to throw their heart into it, throw your back into it, to be out there and say, hey, this is who I am, and you don't have to jump through hoops anymore to do that, you know. it used to be that you know there were guilds for these types of crafts people. Say you were a furniture maker or a songwriter or a painter, a landscape painter, a photographer. There were guilds and unions and all this shit, and now you just do it. You just go out there and do it. All the information is out there. All the technology is accessible. If you're able to pay for your groceries and your rent every week, you can afford the equipment that you need to just get started on the journey. I give myself permission to start on this journey. I think that permission is a really powerful thing, and not just on our vocations, not just on the things that we're passionate about and the things that we want to do, but in our lives, in our relationships, in the way that we navigate the world. I give myself permission to say no. I give myself permission to stay in rather than go to that party. I give myself permission to not respond to a text. I give myself permission to message that person out of the blue. When we acknowledge and allow the things that we feel, it becomes a lot less difficult to navigate. You know, when you acknowledge how you're feeling about something and not judge yourself for feeling something, and then, you know, it's simple to say, well, what I really want to do is this. You know, I acknowledge that I'm feeling pressured to have a regular, reliable job, and I give myself permission to, you know, not be okay with that, to maybe make an alternative decision for myself and to work with that, rather than it just being stuck at this uncomfortable, stuck position, this checkmate of, well, I've got this pressure on me from that side, and I've got this pressure on me from that side, and I don't know what to do and whatever else. Obviously, you have to balance these things about what your life circumstances are. Don't just give up your day job to chase the dream. If you've got people depending on you, if you've got bills to pay, or if you've got, you know, all this sort of stuff, you got to be realistic about it. But acknowledging it and taking a step in some direction is the way forward. Take a step, move through the problem, and trust the process. Trust the process of whatever it is you're going through. It's going to be challenging. Often it's, you know, what's that Ryan Holiday thing? The obstacle is the way. The thing that's challenging you the most right now is probably the thing that's most important for you to work on, and most important for you to get through, to get to the other side of. Starting doing these, talking into the camera motherfuckers, that's challenging for me. Even though, as you can tell, I can talk my ass off just by myself. It's really difficult to give myself permission to say, hey, I actually have something maybe worthwhile to say. Or shit, even if I don't have something worthwhile to say, how many other people are out there saying something completely unworthwhile as well and dressing it up and making it look like something worthwhile? I'm just out here trying to throw my hat into the ring, you know what I mean? I'm out here trying to bring myself into the cage, fight 3 rounds, give it all I got, leave the blood on the canvas, get my hand raised at the end. You know, it's not one championship belt winning fight that gets you, you know, the fame and the glory and everything. You got to train, and then you got to start stepping into the ring. You got to start doing instead of just talking about it. I've been pretty stoked this morning, having the day off. I love having my mornings. I love having my mornings. Just that freedom to have that morning routine for yourself, and not, you know, it's gotta be like one of the worst feelings in the world to get up and first thing in the morning is you just gotta get ready for your day at a job that you don't really give a fuck about. You know, you are giving up your freedom to choose your passion, to choose the things that ignite a fire inside of you for a paycheck. And shit, we gotta do it, right? We all gotta make money, we gotta have a job. Thousands of stories out there of amazing people who did incredible things in their lives, who, you know, worked for a paycheck most of the time. I just think there's a lot of people who are doing that, and it's very empty, and they're searching for a passion. And well, shit, I'm one of the lucky ones that has a passion. I love making music. I just love it. I dream about it. I daydream about it when I'm at work. I like watching other people make music. I like thinking about music. It's just like, it's that thing for me that I could just talk about probably all day. literally all day. I could just talk about music, talk about musicians, talk about sounds, recording, guitars, amplifiers, synthesizers, gear, you know, all that shit. It's easy, it's fun. So yeah, having this morning to be able to do that, although all I've really done this morning is like, I don't know, what I describe as admin stuff. I got up at about 7, it's about 10:52 now. I'm probably gonna go to the gym in like half an hour, go get that pump on, because that's what I love doing with my free days, with my free time. If I can go to get some exercise in, get some sunlight on my skin, get out into the world and use this body that, you know, I'm so grateful for. You know, I often think about how if you just like generally healthy, you know, no big health issues, like, God, what a blessing, you know, like what an incredible blessing. We all know what it's like to be struck down in bed with some sickness, especially now in the age of Corona, especially now, being free in your physical vessel to do the things that you want to do. Maybe you're probably not as good at whatever physical things you really want to do. That's probably the next rung on the ladder that you want to get to, but damn, just being free to be able to try to get there, you know. I kind of went from a period where I was at the gym trying to up my weight, you know, my personal lifts, you know, in a sort of an ego way for a long time, to now just, I just want to go and throw that energy out there and get more stable in, you know, sort of challenging weights, get my, you know, movements really smooth. There's a wall at the gym of like all the people's goals for 2021, and my goal is just to be injury free, to work out, you know, 3 to 5 times a week if I can. That'd be great. To work out 3 to 5 times a week, but stay injury free. I don't want to be in there hurting myself. I don't want to be in there, you know, causing myself issues down the track. I want to be working out maybe 3 to 5 times a week when I'm 60, when I'm 70, you know. I feel like I look at older people, and one of the, you know, biggest, you know, downward spirals is not using your body, not using, you know, this incredible gift that you have, a working body, an alive body. And when you don't use it, you lose it, you know. Same with any skill, you know, any musical skill, any creative skill. Hell, you don't talk to people for a while, you start to lose your ability to have a good conversation. So yeah, I'm really grateful for this morning. One thing you'll know about me, if I keep doing these videos, and I plan to, one thing you'll learn is I'm a grateful motherfucker. I'm always grateful. It's so easy for me to be grateful, even when I'm feeling so shit, or I feel like I've just been handed the worst hand. I can't help but just be grateful. Gratitude for just being alive, having my health. You know, even when things are shitty, I'm grateful for that challenging experience. Like, man, I've been through some shit, and even in the middle of it, I'm there going, you know what? This is crazy. I'm really struggling. I'm feeling shit right now. I hate that I have to go through this, but I'm grateful for this experience. This is my life. I can't have it any other way. This is what I have. So, man, I'm grateful for that, and I'm grateful to wake up every morning. I'm grateful for parents that have taken care of me. I'm grateful for living in a society where I'm not prosecuted for my beliefs or, you know, whatever. It's just easy to be grateful. And when you come from a place of gratitude, it's a lot easier to give more, to, you know, connect with what you're doing, and to be less worried about whether you're getting the fair shake of the stick or whatever, you know, whether you're getting the best deal. You don't even need the best of the situation. You already got the best. Everything you got right now, that's the best. Maybe you can work hard and make it a little bit better, you know, or a little bit different, whatever it is. But shit, I'm grateful every day. Grateful for you all watching this video, if you're watching it right now. Grateful for the opportunity to express myself, and the fact that we live in a world where I can record myself, put it up on this thing called the internet, and thousands of people, or maybe just one person, can watch that and enjoy my vibe, enjoy that energy, and put that back out into the universe. Yeah, so shout outs if you came this far and you made it all the way to the end of this vlog. The rest of today, I'm just gonna be working on music a little bit. I gotta put this video together. Maybe I'll edit some shit in, I don't know. Like I said, going to the gym. I got dinner with some friends tonight. I'm really looking forward to that. You know, life is a gift. Shit, couldn't be more grateful, if you couldn't tell already. Anyways, appreciate y'all. Thanks for listening this far. I got some music in the works. You know what it is. I got to do that plug. New music coming. But just for now, I'm trying to get these videos out, share myself, really give that to the world, whatever that means. Big love, y'all.